But I noticed that people who are really successful with PowerPoint were just following format. Let me tell you why this subject is really important. Here's what it is. Here's how the thing works. Let me pull it apart. And here's the relevance, the so what, the what if. Let me exit out with the compelling prompt for you to take this thing forward. And I thought, wow, okay, people who may not even know format somehow locked in on this as a framework for creating a presentation. I'm interested to know if you can self-identify, and this is just a quick self-reflective, what is my primary question? Mm-hmm. So some of us are why people. Stedman, tell me why social identity is even included in this list of essentials. I just need to understand why you chose it. Some of you are what people. Stedman, tell me what this is, social identity theory, given, chosen core, like just give me the quick sketch. Some of you are like how people. I need to understand given, chosen core and what it is that core means, the filter through which I put my most important decisions, and I need to understand how that works. And some of you are, so what? Like, what if I took this out and did this? What if I used it just for values? What if I did a number of things with it? And that's sort of your primary question. I love a vote with our feet, and I'm just interested to know in a small group, where are we? What is the question? Can you go and sort of stand by the quadrant? And this is not a boundary spanning exercise. I explained boundary spanning. You can't choose two. I'm pressing you to say, I think this is my primary, first and foremost preferred question.
As a learner, right?
Just in life. Think about where you spend your time in your conversation.
Maybe.
We're also high in the what was the change?
Oh yeah. Originator. Why?
I want to be in Y too.
Why?
You have to pick.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, why?
You studied engineering, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's something about the how that
Me too.
been geared
I
toward.
kind of want to be there too.
So catch this. This is maybe where we, like the one that if we don't get it answered, we're most disappointed, and then there's a second, and then there's a third. Like we actually want all four. And it's just about like primary order. The key thing here is, okay, so now that I've identified my preference, think about when I facilitate or when I plan a preparation for sharing something that is going to be an overview. I'm going to teach something. I may, if I'm not careful, linger in how and get to the why. Or I linger on the so what. I want to explain the compelling reason, the what if you actually use this thing. And I may never hit the other things that other people are really needing to hear. I would recommend, whether it be an essential, which I do suggest, by the way, create your own. We just drew up 2 on a flip chart. I'm excited to use emotional gradient. Can't wait to introduce that to our team, particularly. Management pyramid as well, got that one down. Although it's a rule of 5, it's a little tricky.
Yeah.
So just pointing out, like these essentials are key. When we introduce them, if we hit all 4 of these questions quickly in the first, say, 2 minutes, everybody relaxes. Like every adult in the audience will go, okay, like that's covered. Now I'm able to attend and able to listen. If it takes me 10 minutes to get past why to the what and around to the how, the person who's the how person is getting really tense. They're getting frustrated. Like, I don't know if my question is going to get answered. Like, this is a primary one for me, and if he doesn't get around to how, I'm starting to discount whether or not this is effective or not. So our suggestion is essentialize. The reason that essentialing is important is so that you can hit these quickly. Like, let me talk about candor. Why is candor important? Well, effective teams, they have higher degrees of candor. What is candor? Think about it on a 1 to 10 scale. Well, how does it work? Well, think about the times where you're low, the times where you're high, how you can volume up and volume down and when it's appropriate. So what if, I could actually take this forward and change the dynamic between me and another person, between me and a group, and an intact team. And you can layer SOGI on top of all these, right? Individual, group, organization, society. That starts to become a real quick release of energy to go to other things, to attend to other things.
First 10 minutes or 2 minutes, did you say? 2.
Yeah. If it takes 10 to get around the wheel, it's tricky.
Okay.
Now, what format design would say is, once you've, like, this is me teaching, once you've gone around quickly, why helps us connect. Like, it's a connecting, let me explain why and linger there so that you're connected to this content that I'm trying to get across. Then I'm able to explore what, and we use Explore, Leadership Explorers. Let's pull out Visual Explorer. Let's pull out Values Explorer. Let's look at a card deck together. Let's unpack this thing through some tool. The how, okay, let me give you some discussion time because we need to talk about it and we need to explore it in conversation and dialogue. And then the so what can come in the form of a commitment, a goal orientation, a challenge, a prompt of have you considered, you can get that from the group or you can actually give it to the group. And so you might actually break those into chapters. Why connects the entire audience to the relevance at the beginning, what if or so what launches them out with it. I recommend format as a design tool, but particularly when you're trying to cover some unique piece of content. If you don't hit all 4 of these in a PowerPoint presentation, you are disappointing a quarter of your crowd. You can illustrate it in a small group. You get the U shape normally.
I found Elon Musk did a 5-minute pitch to some room of people, and I don't even know. And somebody else grabbed his video and outlined what he did. And it fits in this.
Got it?
So it's what's the evil in the world that we're problem solving right now? What's the perfect world? Like, and you go straight to the answer, like, here's the perfect world. Okay, what's the perfect world? Then how is like all the obstacles to get there? And somewhere in there is also why now? So that's in the what.
Like the timing of
the
it. Yeah,
perfect
sure.
world, and why can we do this now? Then how is the obstacles and the answers to those obstacles? And then the so what if is the evidence that we're already going there.
Yeah. Giving TED Talks as an example, oftentimes format will be used as you've only got however many minutes a TED Talk is. Do you guys know? 10 minutes?
Sometimes they're 5 minutes or 2.
However many minutes it is, you've only got this much time, so hit all 4 of these. The other thing that they add is a persona. So take on a persona. So are you the social change agent? Are you the engineer? Are you the teacher? Are you the sage on the stage? Are you the entertainer? It's fine. If you're going to be the entertainer, be the entertainer. Hit all 4 of these. So you might add on top of that, like, what is my persona? Like, who am I? And I have to make it authentic. I try to hold social change being sort of who I am. It's genuine. And I hope that bleeds through in different ways. Questions about format?
This makes plenty of sense as a facilitator tool, which might be why you're covering with us on the 3rd day. How does this fit in Leadership Essentials?
So I find that leaders, like facilitators, I mean, there's a pretty close corollary, linger and even function from their primary question too often. Or maybe they're primary and they're secondary. And so on a team, in a group, for an organization, they limit the, so I'm a so what if person. So that's my corner guys, my peeps. The how stuff really, like, oh man, do I have to unpack that? And so I know that actually in organizational life, like the how people, I'm disappointing. Like I'm letting them down. Because I don't attend to their question, I don't spend time there. Like why is sort of closely related for me to the so what or the what if, but that what and how stuff, man, really? So in a system that impacts relationship, it impacts energy in terms of team outputs, all kinds of things. And you need all 4. So on a team, I would say look for the diversity. Like, so you said, if we were to put a company together, we have like the elements of a really great company, given the fact that we've got
People
all around the change style curve. We've got people all around the format curve. You can get a whole lot out of the group that's come together today, as an example.
So you're introducing new concepts to your folks, like you are facilitating that process for them, and I think it's connected to motivation too, right? If your question's answered, you're motivated towards that principle or idea. If it's not, then you're less motivated, or no?
I think that's probably true, yes. I would also offer just a restatement of we recruit and hire people most like ourselves. So I'm looking for those so what and what if people, and I'm trying to pull them into my inner circle. I need these folks to help fill in and complete and make sure that we're actually balanced.